Awesome.
Hello, so good morning. I'm Kiara from Fly Live and I'm joined with Gracie here today. How are you? How are things?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I'm here to chat to you all about the release of Fragile. So it's been out for about a month now. How are you finding it? How has it been kind of exposing this more like emotional and vulnerable side of yourself? How have you found it?
Yeah, no, it has been scary at times, but it's been really good to like see the response, and I think it's always like more rewarding when you put out quite like honest music because the feedback you get is like very much like it means a lot more because you know people reflecting on stuff that actually means something to you. So yeah, it's been good.
With the title of the EP, Fragile, is that to do with the fact that it's so emotional and raw and kind of a side you've not shown before?
Yeah, I think Fragile was it was so weird. The way it came about was so I got into my management. We decided we are going to do an EP, and I went in to meet my manager, and she had like my plaque, which is actually on my wall. This little plaque girl there
Oh, wow, yeah.
in a box, and it was like covered in fragile tape, and like obviously I think it just said so much about my headspace that I didn't even open the box. I didn't even care. I didn't even put that up until about a couple of weeks ago. And I just got the fragile tape and I just wrapped myself in it. I was like, and I just sat on the sofa and she was just like, right, this is a vibe. And I was like, you know what's so interesting about that is like, I just think like to be fragile, like it's so interesting. It's always written everywhere in all capital letters, like everything. It's like, it just means so much more than the word says. And I think it's really interesting that like, I don't know, to be fragile is actually to be really brave. And like
Yeah.
this EP is like, you know, on face value, very like heartbreaking, very raw, very fragile. But actually, like to be fragile is to be strong. And it's like, I find that really interesting. And I thought that, you know, that summarizes the whole period of my life like quite nicely. Um, and yeah, I think it's
Oh,
quite
that's amazing.
makes sense. Yeah.
I love that story. So talking about the single, Sad Song, um, can you just tell our listeners at Fly how that was written and how it came about?
Yeah, it's a bit of a tragic story, really. And basically, I had gone to this like bar club thing, and I'd seen this person that I was like really in love with, like, getting with a new person for the first time,
Mm.
and obviously, you know that feeling when your heart just sinks and you feel
Yeah.
sick and everything's like a bit. I don't know how to explain it. You're just like you don't even can't hear anything anymore. You're just like this. I need to, and I was just like, I need to get out. And
Yeah.
usually, like, I thought I was going to be the girl that was like, yeah, I don't care. I was like, I don't even care
Can't
about
relate.
appearances. Get me home. Get me
Yeah.
home. So I like booked a car, went outside, couldn't find my headphones, get in the Uber, and they're playing like it was like this Black Eyed Peas songs from back in the day, you know, I got a feeling.
Oh my
It's
God.
like weird version of it, and I was just like, this has to be a prank. And like I just like yeah, it was just like almost comical. And I think like my life does that sometimes where it's
Yeah.
like I'm trying to be this dramatic kind of main character moment, and
Yeah.
then that comes in and I was like, this just sucks. And that's how it was born. Like I got home and I'd like written the concept out, and yeah, it kind of happened from there.
So when you originally got home, was it always this kind of upbeat, or was it very sad and then you made it to this kind of pop jolly melody type thing?
It was always going to be upbeat because I found it like I thought that moment in my life it's like so clear, and it was so like comical. It was so like the juxtaposition of how I was feeling and what was being fed to me was like wild. And I just thought like, you know, I don't know if you've been in the club and danced to Good For You by like Olivia
Yeah,
Rodrigo,
yeah,
or like Dancing on My Own by Robin, or like those moments where you have that like a little bit of relief where you're just like, oh my God, and you get to
yeah,
scream about the fact that you're a little bit heartbroken and you get to acknowledge it whilst vibing with your
yeah,
mate.
yeah,
It's such an underrated 10 out of 10 experience,
yeah,
and
definitely.
it makes me feel so much more like much better about my situation than just crying on my bed to, you know,
Yeah.
Taylor Swift. Like,
Yeah.
I think I mean, there's different times, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of, I've got a lot of time to be tearing up with my headphones and Taylor Swift, but I think it's like another moment, and it's like this EP is for all my heartbreak cons that want to go out and have a good night and pre-drink and be angry and be upset and like just feel those feelings without pretending, like on a night out and stuff. So that was kind of the inspiration behind Sad Song. Obviously it is like projected to be a happy song, but it's not.
Yeah. Talking about the internet, this is a song that I really enjoy because it's so honest and raw. And even though what you experience on such a bigger scale, I can imagine there's a lot of fans out there who also experience kind of hate and trolling online, and it's just an awful thing. And I wanted to know kind of what advice you'd give to someone who was experiencing that, and also how you kind of control your relationship with the internet now, so it's more of a positive space for you.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think my advice is, well, it's hard because I think I never want the internet to be interpreted as like preachy, because it's something I've really struggled with. I mean, I kind of wrote about it as well, and I have a song called Empty Love from the EP before, which is like, it's like little sister, I think, because the internet's a little bit more like honest about what actually happened. But I would say, you know, it's really common now, and it's not uncommon to be hated on the internet. To what extent obviously varies, but like with the rise of like social media platforms that are coming in recently, like everyone is exposed to random strangers who have no loyalty to be kind to you. Just literally, if you are feeling hurt, they can hurt you like easily. It's dangerous. And I think there's only so much we can say, because what's really interesting is everyone knows that it's things like Instagram are just the highlight reel. Like, no one wakes up looking fit all the time. I mean, if you do, 10 points to you. But like, it's just this highlight reel of like, a night out isn't really what it looks like on Instagram, and a relationship isn't really what it looks like on Instagram. And it's like, the more you can just invest in how you feel and like look inwards and stop looking at like external validation to make you feel like worthy, I think that is the journey that you need to like start going on. Because I've started that journey this year, and it's been, you know, it's a long one, but I think I feel so much more myself than I did this time last year. Like, this time last year I felt like I was like slipping into this like, who am I, like what makes me happy. I was so insecure about myself, and like, yeah, I'd just say back yourself, learn about what you like. Like, if you want to wear your hair however you want to wear it, if you want to wear clothes that no one else likes, just do it. Like, you live once. We're just like little dots on a floating rock in the middle of space. Nothing matters. Let's vibe. Happy Monday.
Literally. And equally, if you don't want social media, don't have it. I feel like there's so much pressure on everyone my age and all, like, everyone to get it and post what they're doing, but you don't have to. So
100%, just vibe on your own. Use WhatsApp. That's it. You just talk to your mates, and that's it. But yeah, the pressure is real for sure. It's good to acknowledge it, because you don't want to be, you know, it's hard out here. Yeah,
it is hard out here. So that's amazing to chat to you about all stuff Fragile. I just wanted to find out what's next. What are you up to at the moment? Any plans for any gigs or anything exciting coming up?
Yeah, I think like now coming towards Christmas, I think obviously the Christmas charts will be taking over our lives, and I'm here for it. So I'm just planning for next year. I'm going away at the end of this month to go and do some like writing, and just like get everything sorted. But there will be a lot of new music next year, like a lot.
I'm very excited.
Some cool collabs, and I'm definitely, my main thing that I want to do is tour. I want to get out on the road. I want to meet people. I want to go to places and just get some experience, because I'm a little pandemic pop star, and I've had like no experience with touring and like shows. So that's where I want to focus on.
It's mad how massive, like over summer when you're playing Reading and Leeds, I was like, this poor chick, like she's not done the tiny little gigs at the start.
I've never done it. Yeah, it was crazy going from like 100 capacity to like 8,000 at Reading. I was like, what? But
Insane though.
yeah, it was really cool.
Well, it's been amazing to speak to you, and I wish you every success with everything fragile related and everything that's coming in the future. Thank you so much.